Don't blink. It's your boy. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well. So guys are having a wonderful day on this 14th April 2025. I watched today we're gonna be talking about Lord of the Ring, of course. I watched the three movies lately, and it's funny because Lord of the Ring was quote unquote, and when I say quote unquote, it was my favorite series of all time, the goated series of all time. And there is this kind of really weird thing with fans where they'll see something for a long time and they'll make fun of it. So, for example, the Star Wars fan will make fun of the Star Wars, of the cheesy stuff, and they're still loving it. And I was like, what movie can I watch? What movie am I really a fan of that can make fun of? Because I want to feel that feeling. I want to feel what it was like to do that. See, for example, right? I'm following a lot of content creators that are for YouTube. YouTube for Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm sorry, I'm tired. For Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're really pushing the context of Yu-Gi-Oh is silly. They're banning cards, so it's really making fun of the Yu-Gi-Oh. They're loving it. Or for example, Pokemon, the same thing. So with Lord of the Ring, and I was like, how can I make fun of it? I don't want to make fun of this. But then, I watched them again just to find something. Cause I really wanted to do a video like that, because again, I think it's a cool concept. It's funny. For example, what I find, I'm gonna give you the best example. People that are fan of Naruto, right? And they're saying like, they're making fun of the fact that nobody knew that Naruto was the son of. Oops, sorry. Did we get it? No, it's still there. Did we pop a pimple? No, sorry. You see how much we're struggling? This is what happened when you start doing an ID that's you got inspired by somebody else versus this is your original ID. This is how bad it is. It's bad, but at the same time, I think the concept is good, right? So I was talking about Naruto. People making fun of Naruto because hey, there's only one kid with blonde hair, blue eyes. There's only one adult with the blonde hair, and blue eyes. It's a Furokage, so it was written in blood that it would be that. But then again, I think it's fun. So I was watching the Lord of the Ring, and there's a movie that I really really enjoy. However, I'll be completely honest. As a more knowledgeable person, because when the first time I was watching them, I was like 14 years old, and I didn't know shit about it. So, for example, we don't even know who's Morgoth. I didn't know the Hobbit backstory. I didn't know who was really Sauron. I didn't know Celebrimbor. I didn't know a lot of those people, right? For example, Silmarillion was a huge part of the lore of Lord of the Rings. So that was, I wouldn't say bad, but it wasn't say good, right? So then, watching the movie once again, it felt so odd. So the first movie, the fact that we spent half the movie talking about how the ring is dangerous and how we need to destroy it, and we spent a lot of time building the fellowship of the ring, just to at the end it's breaking because there's three clans. There's basically Merry and Pippin. There's basically Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli. Then there's Frodo and Sam. So like, why did a community in the first place if it was gonna disband, right? And it would have been more meaningful if it was like they were getting closer. For example, we lose Boromir, right? And Boromir, yeah, kind of is the bad guy for the whole time. But then you realize what he is because you meet his father and you realize that he has good intention. Shut the fuck up. And then, so the second movie with the Two Towers. Now, the Towers is like a bit more. It's my favorite movie. It is my favorite movie, right? But then, at the same time, it's there's kind of like a odd thing to it. So, for example, in the Two Towers, we're really finding out who is who, like who's a friend, who's a betrayer, who's a traitor, who is helping us. So we find out that Saruman is a traitor. We find out that the orcs are doing rampage. We think that the human are going to be helpful, but at the end, the ants are more helpful than the human, right? And then we spent most of the second movie getting some help from the Roho Irim, which are people from the Rohan, right? Just to realize in the third movie that just to realize in the third movie that we're the best army is the Gondor. We spent a lot of time getting Smeagol, which is the knife part of Gollum there. Just to realize that at the end of the second movie, you still get You still get the whatchamacallit. Oh fuck, I'm tired, guys. I haven't slept, and well, we've been up since yesterday. It's 8:43, so 16 hours perfectly. So for example, right, we spent a big part of the first movie saying, okay, Gandalf is the way to go. Gandalf is a hero. Gandalf is gonna be our biggest attribute. And it's even better when you learn that in The Hobbit, Gandalf is part of it. The only person that is in both story is Gandalf. Well, Legolas also, but it's different. Because Gandalf is there from A to Z. Legolas isn't. And the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf is there from the A to Z. The very first opening scene, I think, has Gandalf. It's been a while. In the second movie, we spend the whole time saying, "Oh my God, Gandalf is dead," just to bring him back. The second movie, we spend the whole time saying, "Oh my God, Aragorn cannot be. He doesn't want to be the king, but he's the descendant of the king." Just to realize, okay, well, it doesn't matter what he wants. He's still the king, right? So to me, that's funny. Because you're not essentially contradicting itself, and in a perfect sense, it is starting from zero, getting to the ending. So, for example, you see Gandalf. Gandalf has to die to become Gandalf the White. So there is a payoff. The Rohirrim, right? The Rohirrim, I have a hard time saying that, aren't the strongest army. But then again, when they're fighting for Minas Tirith, they end up being helped with the elves, right? It's because the Rohirrim are fighting such a good battles that the elf help. Or another case of with Smeagol, right? It took Smeagol to become this good person for us to care about him, right? Just for him to turn around. Him turning around and becoming this bad guy once again just goes to show how much the ring corrupt him with Frodo, right? So it's a feeling of you used to be a nice person. I said that you're a nice person, but the ring fucked you up, right? And the third one is perfection. The third one is perfection. However, the third one, there's nothing to say about it. However, the third one, it's a classic case of I can watch the first movie, no problem. Well, I can watch the first movie and understand everything, no problem. I can watch the second movie because even if I didn't see the first movie, we're introduced to the characters and it's still a funny movie. The third one on itself, I think the best of the three. However, you have to really see the two others. And the Lord of the Ring is 9 hours, so then that's a lot, right? That's pretty much it. So yes, I have to go to my father's house. We're a bit late, so I'm gonna go. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys real soon.